Agnew with KLA Health and Wellness. I am here with
Paulette Brooks, CEO of the Elpis Group. Welcome.
We're going to pause just a minute to give some people some time to log on. We're here at Next Level 2 Barbershop, 261 West Butler Road in Greenville. Come and get a haircut.
Yeah. Or you got time, you can come stop in and join in the conversation. We got a room full of men, and some of them are going to talk, and some of them have chosen not to, but it's going to be an interesting conversation. So if you're in the area, stop on by.
Yeah, most of them are not going to talk. This has been a venture in trying to get men to participate in this topic.
Yes. What's up,
Matters
man?
of the heart.
Yeah. They don't want to talk about the heart.
When you want what you want, what do you do? What do you do, Paulette?
Hey, I don't know. We're going to discuss it tonight. I know what
Okay.
we do, but we were trying to figure out what do men do, and we had a hard time pulling teeth.
Hey,
trying to get
Billy.
men to
Hey,
talk.
Reggie. Please stay with us. Stay with us, guys. Don't go anywhere. We need some
We
male
need
perspective
you.
in here, because these men up in here not getting ready to talk a whole lot. I tell you what I keep hearing is, oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm not getting involved in that conversation. We've heard a lot of that today.
Yeah. And I don't understand what the problem is. We just want to have a conversation, Kendra. We just want to have a conversation.
Yes, all we doing is having a conversation. So this is actually part 2 of this conversation.
Yeah.
The last time we had the conversation, the representation we had was my 21-year-old son at the time. He represented you men quite well and stood ground for you all. But we wanted to hear the male perspective. We don't want to just hear what we have to say, because we already know how we feel about the situation.
Right. And so we thought it was a great idea to a male-dominated place, which is have a little shop talk. But,
No, we had a taboo topic. We had the wrong topic for the barber shop, because all I heard was, oh, hell no, I'm not touching that.
Right. But it's all good.
Yeah.
We got a couple that's not afraid to talk, and we see some men hopping on, so we hope that you will participate in the conversation. Give us your perspective. It's just conversation, and we want to hear what you got to say.
Yes, we're not trying to pry in your personal life. We're just trying to give me some guidance. Give me some guidance. That's what I need, some guidance.
Yeah. Give the lady what she wants. Give the lady what she wants.
Yes, I need some guidance. And my girl here, Paulette, is going to talk
Absolutely.
about the importance of dating within the marriage, because that's just as important.
Definitely is. And love and relationship is my thing. I am all things love and relationship. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how to date within the marriage and how not to let the fire go down. So
Okay, I got to talk about how to light the
kindle
fire.
the fire. Right.
So y'all help me. Help me.
Yes.
So in the last conversation, this is actually part 2 of this conversation, because we really did want to try to get the men involved in the conversation this time.
Yeah.
What struck the conversation last time was an incident that happened at my house. And there was this young lady that was in a violent relationship, and a relationship that she knew was doomed from the start, but it was the matters of the heart. What she felt was what she felt, and she went with it.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to try to guide me and tell me what I need to do. I can't find Mr. Right. Mr. Right ain't finding me.
Where's Mr. Right?
Yeah, I need him to find me.
Right.
I need him to find me.
Right. But that's an important question. What do you do when the heart wants what it wants?
Hey, Trey. There's my baby Trey. Hopefully we got some other men representing other than you today.
Yeah.
So, matters of the heart. Matters of the heart. So, with me, just personally, in the dating arena,
Right.
what I'm finding is men that have girlfriends or husbands. I don't want nobody's husband.
Right.
I don't want nobody's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And they seem to think that's okay to approach me,
Being committed already.
supposedly.
Right. Well, true.
Supposedly.
Right.
Are the ones that say, we're married, but we sleep in different rooms. We don't sleep in the same room. What's that all about? Come on, man, help me out. Help me, help me, help me.
Right.
Because again, I don't want nobody's husband. I don't want nobody's boyfriend. I don't want no man that has a woman that thinks she's his girlfriend.
Right.
I'm single.
Right.
I need somebody single.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man. What's up?
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm gonna pass my mic behind me just to see if I can get some information from any of the men behind us, and I'm gonna share Paulette's mic.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the question on the floor, and I'm sure that none of you men would co-sign with another man pretending to be single or trying to get out here to get somebody's girl and knowing that you have a girl at home. So I know you wouldn't co-sign on it, but why do you think that is? And it can't be just because they want their cake and eat it too. I mean that's ludicrous. So I'm interested to figure out why is it that men put up this facade of single in order to get somebody else instead of just coming straight out and being with the one they want to be with, or if you're not happy where you are, letting that go to get with somebody you want to get to. So men, single men, we'll talk to my single friend back here, Rodney. Why is that? And I know you can't answer for all men, but can you give us some insight into that?
On what?
Why men that are married or men that have girlfriends try to pursue women as if they are single?
I can't speak for all men. I can speak for myself.
Okay, what we want, just speak for yourself.
Until you are at peace with yourself, you are no good for no one else.
Okay.
Because why be with man or woman?
So are you saying that men that are in relationships but still pursuing other women don't know themselves or not comfortable with themselves?
They don't know what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they shouldn't be with no one.
Mm-hmm.
They should be honest and tell women, listen, I'm just not wanting to be committed to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends, I date, and leave it at that and let the chips fall where they may.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I agree with that. Honesty is the key. I think honesty is key to good communication. And that brings us to the topic of where we were talking about in part one, where we were talking about relationships as how you find a majority of females, and I'm not speaking for the males because I want the males to speak for themselves, that a lot of females want to jump past the dating process or the process of getting to know somebody. You know, a lot of times we just want to jump into a relationship instead of just dating. Yeah. What about the dating piece of it? Guys on Facebook, what about the dating? What do you consider
I got
dating?
Something to say about that.
What you got to say?
Listen, male or female, it's all about the individual. Everything starts with loyalty. And when you loyal to the people that you're dealing with, you could tell them the truth even if they don't agree with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You follow me?
Yeah.
That's male or female. It's
Right.
not about man or woman. It's about a lot of people have hidden agendas because they see an individual that they feel could be an asset to them, but they're not thinking about the overall picture.
Okay.
You follow me? And all of us are selfish by nature. But when you die of your selfishness, you are able to be friends with the person, and if it manifests into something other than just a friendship, you got a foundation as friends. So when things go wrong, you can embrace the friendship that you built.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I think that makes a lot of sense. I think to what you were saying, Kendra, people are in love with the idea of being in love. And so when you begin to pursue a relationship instead of taking the time to get to know that person, because if you really took the time to do a dating process, you would automatically disqualify that person just because you gotten to know that person and you already know that I don't want to be in a relationship because you janky. You janky as all get out. So I just think that, people don't take the time to get to know the person. They're just in love with the idea of being in love. And so now we're in a relationship, and now I find out that you janking crazy, and now I'm in it. So yeah, I agree with that. And I agree with what Rodney said, loyalty and
we're win. So, do you feel, because I do feel that we want to skip that part a lot of times. I'm going to take my time with it. I have guys that I've dated in the past accuse me of being male like because I don't show feelings in the beginning. I'm going to let you know that I'm interested, but if you're looking for that just overly feely person, that's not going to be me in the beginning. But I am going to show you that I'm interested. I need to see what you're bringing to the table, as well as you have to see what I'm bringing to the table. Oh my God, they're going to murder me on this one. They're going to murder me on this one. I'm not going to put myself out there like that, because I feel that a lot of times, even if you meet someone you don't know and you're trying to date, in my mind, you're trying to figure out what the game is. And that's sad that you're going into something thinking that it's a game and trying to figure out what the game is. Okay, there's a male in the background that wants to make a comment on what I just said.
Not a comment. I just want to ask you some questions.
Okay.
All right. So you saying you're gonna keep your guard up? Why is that?
No, it's not that my guard is up. It's the fact that I am trying to fill out what the situation is. I'm not going into something totally with my guards down when I don't know. Number one, I don't know the person. My goal is to get to know you, to get to know your likes, to get to know your dislikes, your habits, and also to see what you're bringing to the table. Everybody have their problems. So I want to see what type of problems you're bringing to the table, to see if that's something that I want to take on as well, because whatever I bring to the table or you bring to the table, and I feel in order for the relationship to be successful, we have to be able to help each other grow.
Okay. But I'll say this, and I agree with everything you're saying. But putting God at the head of your life
Mm-hmm.
and having a discerned spirit
Mm-hmm.
and the energy will let you know if you need to entertain a situation. So you shouldn't give nobody less than what you want them to give you going in. Because if you entertaining a situation, first of all, if you're giving them your energy, you got to trust that God cover you regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you shortchange somebody, the thing that you shortchange this man with might be exactly what he needed to hear to give you more.
Okay, that's why I'm still single, because I'm not feeling that connection. You know, I go off the discernment. So if I'm not feeling that connection, I keep moving. I keep moving. I'm not getting ready to play with the foolishness. I'm too old to play with the foolishness.
I respect it, but guess what? How long does it take you to discern the foolishness? And at what point do you cut it off?
I
Well,
think
what you have cut it. What time frame had it took you to cut it off and say this ain't for me?
no. I don't think there's a time frame. Some of it I see right off the bat, and I say to myself, nope, this is not what I want. Now, maybe as I said in the last broadcast, in your 20s, you played around with it. We saw the potential in men, and we wanted to work with that potential because we saw what you could be. And, we were crazy enough to believe that we can help that potential come about. But as I've become older and a lot wiser, you can't come to me with potential. You got to come to me having your stuff together. I don't need you to take care of me. I've been taking care of myself all my life. But I do want to know that you don't mind taking care of me. That's what I do want to know. And I want you to be able to take care of yourself. At this age, that's where I am. Now, if you're in your 20s or 30s, you got a little give and take in that. But at my age, I'm 49 years old and I've never been married. So I don't have that. I don't have patience for that type. Foolishness is what I call it.
Right. So
Okay.
Candace, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have my glasses, so I'm gonna be squinting, and it's okay. So Candace says women want a man that is already put together. We don't want to water the seeds. We want the flower after it has blossomed without all the stress of going through the process. Bill says, I call that test driving. Test driving the relationship in this day and time. You have to be careful. So, that's just what Candace is saying, the same thing that you're saying. Like, you don't want to have to plant the seed, water the seed. You want it to already be blossomed. And I think with your age, like you said, at your age, you're a mature woman. You don't want to have to try to plow the ground. The ground should already be plowed and fertile, and they should already be on a path. I don't want to have to try to put you on a path. They should already be on the path. So I agree I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree that he's back there talking trash. But I mean, yes, you do have to be careful in, like as Billy said, you have to be careful in test driving. But at the same time, you don't want to just buy the car either. You don't want to just.
Okay, when he's saying test driving, is that dating? Test driving is dating. So that's what dating is. You're dating to get to know that person and to figure out if you even want to go into the next phase to me, which is a relationship. So to me, dating is not, that's my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend. That's not what it is. When you get to the next level, if I'm dating you and I decide, okay, I'm really feeling him or he's feeling me, then we're going to decide we're taking that to another level. So when you say test driving, that is the dating part. You do have to test drive. Test driving doesn't mean that you, yes, test driving doesn't mean you sleep with people that you are dating. That's not what I'm saying. So you definitely have to date a person to get to know. And I'm being flagged down in the back, so I'm gonna.
He's gonna combust. Yes, Rodney, your hand is
No,
raised.
don't
We
call my
acknowledge
name.
you.
I'm incognito.
Okay, we sorry. Go ahead.
Listen, it's like this. If you truly interested in somebody, you know what you should do?
What?
You should not expect anything and appreciate everything.
Explain that.
What I'm saying is when you go into something with expectations, you feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You cutting yourself short. You should come in if it's a genuine friendship and you really, really connected with this person, get to know them because their purpose in your life might not for them to be your lifetime partner. It might just for them to be in your life for a season and a reason. And if you connected with God, it will show you just what position this person plays in your life. But we don't wait on him. We make it about ourselves or what we don't see or what we see and don't wait on him. So guess what? The Mr. Right and your soulmate, you pass them by because you didn't put God at the head.
Okay, so Steve says women don't like men that are dating that don't know the word dating. That's the same thing I said, Steve. A lot of women just want to bypass the dating piece. You can't bypass that piece. I'm not bypassing that piece. I want to date you so I can get to know you to figure out whether or not I want to take that into a relationship. Hey, Charles. Hey, Tasha.
Tasha. Hey, Tasha. Hey. So yes, I do agree with what Rodney was saying, that you do have to have a level of discernment, and that everybody that comes into your life, every guy or girl that you date, may not be the one that you are going to spend your happily ever after with. But the same thing that Kendra said, you have to date that person to get to know whether or not they're in what reason, what season, how long. Like, you do have to get to know that person. So I think everybody is saying the same thing, just on different levels. that there are levels to this thing. There's levels to dating. And there is levels to dating. There's levels to dating. And so I definitely agree with what everybody is saying, but I do feel like dating is a crucial part in building a relationship. I definitely do.
And one of the things that Miss Elizabeth mentioned in part one was the difference in the generational gaps as to dating. I'm in Generation X, so all the baby boomers. She was in the baby boomer era, and she talked about how back in her day when she was dating, that was the goal. You went out on a date with the goal of looking to get married back then, and my generation, that's not so, not at this time. And all these guys back here, and we only have one that want to talk, and
I got this.
these guys are hilarious. They won't participate at all, even though they're not in front of the camera.
That's okay. That's okay. But I do feel like, although this generation may not be looking with the mindset of marriage or further down the road, I do feel like you do need to date with a purpose. I don't feel like that you just need to be out here. If I know that my purpose is I want a long-term relationship, I'm not going to get with Steve over here when Steve already told me he don't want a long-term relationship. I know what I'm looking for. And so I think that if you already know and you're intentional about dating and you know what you want, know what you don't want, then you can cut out a lot of the foolishness. You don't even have to entertain foolishness when I know that I don't want a short-term relationship. I intend to get married one day, and if this person already told me that that's not on their agenda, then I know that I'm not even going to fool up with that. And I think that's how we can keep ourselves out of these getting entangled, because the heart wants what it wants. So if I spend enough time with you, if you treat me the right way, regardless of what you say, my heart is going to go there. And so I think you really have to be intentional about what you want.
Okay, Zant says a lot of people base their relationship happiness off what they see in the media. Mm. I can agree with that.
I can. I can. Good response, boss
I
man.
can
Good.
agree with that. Scott says, thank you, Scott. Um,
I got you. I got
Okay,
you.
go ahead, Rodney.
I
Rodney
got you right
it.
now, Scott. I appreciate that. That's 100% true. And on the flip side is this right here. A lot of people, male and females, don't know what they want, so they don't have nothing to offer anyone. So they have to be true with the person in the mirror.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And if you don't want a relationship, why would you entertain a woman that's looking for one?
Right.
That's selfishness. We all are selfish by nature,
Right.
and women do the same thing.
Exactly. Why?
That's what we want to know. Why?
Because not women, not men, all of us, we selfish by nature.
No, I don't agree with
Okay, you are, because you're looking for Mr. Right. And sometimes Mr. Right might be right before you, but you don't want to take the garbage out and find the ruby at the bottom because you don't want to do it.
But why should I have to take the garbage out? He's not getting garbage, so why should I have to take the garbage out?
Sometimes God,
no sir, no sirree, buddy.
God don't bring it, God don't bring it wrapped like you want it. You want to see what kind of work you put in what you paid to him about, ma'am.
Okay, that's why I said during the dating process, you definitely need to see what's being brought to the table, because there are certain things I'm just not willing to help you unpack. I'm not gonna do that. So, definitely not.
Okay, the other Rodney.
What I can say, just listening to him speak, sometimes relationships just don't endure time and issues. So sometimes I think they may be a little garbage, even if they're the person there, even if, they may not understand or have everything together. But if there's a unity in a relationship, sometimes you got to deal with the other person's dislikes to where they can become likes. And sometimes I think some people miss their best relationship because they want the total package walking in. But if that person doesn't know how to respond to you on a day that you're sad, or you don't know how to respond to them on a day that they're angry, then that's when you start having that miscommunication. So the heart may want them, you may grow fond of them, you may want all these different things and accolades from them. But at the same time, I think sometimes everybody has to work through a little garbage and get your hands and your feelings dirty a little bit just to find out what do you have capacity for. And I think that'll help build a relationship, not just a relationship, but maybe one day a union.
I agree. I think I feel the same way Kendra feels, and I also hear what you're saying, Rodney. That there does come a time that they're not going to be everything. I think that there's some things that I'm just not going to bend on. I mean, I'm married, but there's just some things that I don't think you should bend on. I think you should have your standards, have your do's and don'ts. And if he comes with one of the things that you said, for instance, if you wanted him to work at a certain job, or if you want him to have a certain income, and he came with a little less than that, but he had the ambition to go higher in his job or whatever, some of those things I feel like is okay. But just flat out ain't got nothing. You ain't got no job. You ain't got no car. You got 4 or 5 kids. Like, some things I'm not willing to get dirty on. So I think that's what you're saying.
So let me come to the bat on that, because you mentioned somebody not having a job. Somebody's gonna try to go at you on that.
Right.
It's understanding that people get laid off,
right,
that things happen to your job.
Right.
If you're laid off or something that happened to your job, because that happened to me not long ago.
Right.
I got to focus on me to get myself together. It's not a time for me to be trying to focus on getting in a relationship or anything like that. So she's not saying that there's anything wrong with you being not working if you laid off or don't currently have a job. That's not what she's saying.
Right. Not at all. Not at all.
That's not what she's saying.
Right.
But, if you are in that situation, you should be concentrating on that situation to get yourself to the next level of where you.
Absolutely.
But back to just talking about the relationship period. Men, where are you on Facebook? You're here?
Yeah. What are you saying? Chime in. This is a great conversation, and it is. And the reason why we wanted 2 perspectives is because we have our perspective and how dating should be and how we things should go in a relationship. But we also wanted to hear the men. Because clearly we have different opinions.
You hear all those men in the background and won't nobody come over here
come on the camera. They don't want to talk about
relationship.
Go
and
figure.
Look behind us. They're not even trying to get in front of the camera. Look, they're all over there and back there.
Yeah.
They just don't want to participate in the conversation.
Right. But it's okay. We're still going to give out the information, and we hope that you continue to comment. We'll continue to answer any questions or anything, answer the comments that you have. But, I just think that it's a great conversation, and figuring out this whole dating from the perspective of men, so that we can help our sisters out and we can help you out, Kenny. You're going to get somebody great. We're going to help it out.
Help a sister out.
Yes, we're going to help a sister out. We are going to help a sister out.
And the same, we're going to start wrapping it up just a little bit here. We really just wanted to have another fun conversation and really try to bring the guys into this conversation this time around.
Yeah.
Because the last time we were talking mostly about dating, and we wanted to take this conversation from dating into a relationship.
Right.
So from that time to this time, I'm still in the same spot I was in the last time when we had the conversation.
I want you to give me the top 3, though, Kenny. Give me the top 3.
Oh, my God. The top 3. Don't put me on the spot.
I got to put you on the spot. The top 3 things that you would be looking for at this stage of your life, because I think the stages of life is very important. Like, a 20-year-old is not going to be looking for the same thing a 30-year-old and a 30-year-old or 40-year-old. So at this stage in your life, in order for a guy to step to Kendra L. Agnew.
Oh, God, you're going to put me on the spot like that?
I am.
Oh, my Jesus.
I am. What would you be looking for? 3 top things.
you have to be ambitious.
Absolutely.
You have to have your own goal going after your own thing.
Yeah.
As much as I like spending time with a person,
Right.
I definitely want us to have those things that we like, our personal things that we like to do.
Right.
Because I know that time apart makes the heart grow fonder.
does.
So definitely goal oriented and very ambitious.
Yeah.
Because no, I'm not gonna say that about myself. A great communicator.
Yes.
And honesty.
Yeah.
I think as long as we can communicate and be open and honest with each other,
Right.
that relationship can build and move forward. So those are the three things that I would be looking for,
Yeah.
While dating a person in hopes to move that into a relationship.
Absolutely.
So that's my top three.
And those top three are good. Come on, man. Those top three are great. Those aren't too much to ask.
Put me on the spot.
Absolutely. Because it's important that you know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with dating, self-awareness is the key. You've got to know who you are, what you want, and what you don't want.
Mm-hmm. It's just as important of knowing what you don't want.
Absolutely.
And know what you want. And guys, I keep looking down because I can't see my computer, so I'm looking at the comments on the phone, so that's why I keep looking down. And Steve says, some guys got it together, but their job working long hours, and some women can't take it. But we as guys give that quality time. I'm not that shallow.
Yeah.
If you're out grinding, trying to do your thing, yes, you have to find a balance at some point. But if you're out working towards your goals, I don't have an issue with that because I am very aggressive. I'm very aggressive at working towards my goal and doing things. I'm very ambitious. So an aggressive and ambitious man that's out doing what he needs to do to reach the next level where he's trying to reach, I'm right there supporting him, pushing him, and doing what I can do on my end to help thrust him forward. That's me.
Yeah. And what I can say to that, Steve, right?
Yeah.
What I can say to that, Steve, is you're absolutely right. Some women do have a problem with that. But the key to that is communicating and have quality time. Because it doesn't matter if you're working 12 to 14 hours a day and you're coming home and you're doing it to build something, you still have to, like Kendra said, have a balance because it ain't but so much grinding that you can do and expect her to be on the sideline. So yes, she needs to be to a level to where she understands that this grind, we're going to grind hard for 6 months. And we're going to have that one day that we're going to have a quality day together. And that on that quality day, it's all about you. If you get a woman of understanding like that and you discuss that, then absolutely, that is gold.
I think the ideal person is that you can find that person that's going to be on that grind with you.
That's going to be on the grind with
you.
You.
If I got my ambitions and goals and you have your ambitions and goals, we're supporting each other, pushing each other forward, and trying to get to where you're trying to go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm high energy.
Right.
I want somebody high energy.
Yeah.
I want somebody that's going to call me at 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Hey, Kendra, you up? Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
We going to climb a mountain. We going to kayak down a river. We going to do something. I like the high energy. That's what I'm looking for.
Right.
At the times when I'm dragging and when I'm down, you're gonna say, "Hey, Kendra, come on! I need you to get that energy up. I need to feed off your energy as well as you feed off my energy."
Right.
Yes.
Right. Good stuff.
Yes,
good stuff. Yes.
I think we had a lot more men participating this time. Thank you. And even though these men in here didn't want to participate, again, we're at Next Level 2 at 261 West Butler Road here in Greenville, South Carolina. They're open Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Come by and get a haircut, even though they didn't want to participate. You hear them talking back there. I know you hear them.
Right.
And over there, too.
Yeah, and back there. But it's good. We got a lot of things accomplished, and I think we covered a lot of ground, and we got a lot of answers. Maybe didn't get all the answers that we needed, but we got a lot of answers, so we're grateful.
I'm going to give the same takeaway that I gave the last time, even though I gave a demonstration. I'm not going to give a demonstration. The takeaway for me is iron sharpen iron.
Right.
You definitely want to find that person that you're equally yoked with.
Right.
And ladies, I'm guilty of it too. I'm gonna call myself out. Stop wasting our time with those guys that we know that we don't even want to take it to another level.
Right.
But we're time there.
Yeah.
Let's stop. Let's stop doing that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
guilty of it too. So let's stop wasting our time and put ourselves in the position of where he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
let's set ourselves up and put ourselves in a position where he can find that wife
Yeah.
in us.
Yeah.
And back to iron that sharpens iron. You want somebody that sharpens you and bring the best out of you.
Yeah.
If you're with someone that may feel bad about yourself and putting you down, just don't have that excitement in there. That's not for me.
Yeah.
I want to be just happy and joyous all the time as much as possible.
Right.
Anyway, but I definitely don't want a partner that's bringing negativity in my life. I don't do negativity well. I don't like negativity. I want positivity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's out there. I've been married 28 years to the wonderful Rodney Brooks back there. And we are on a constant grind. We've evolved. We were married at 21, 22, and so we're totally different now at the age we are. And so we had to do a lot of evolving. And you have to get a partner or get a person in your life who does not mind evolving with you. Because relationships go through seasons, and you may not always have that summer season where it's hot and everything is on fire and we loving and all of that. You may have a winter season where things seem as if it's dead and I don't know if we're going to make it, but take everything in stride and know that every season is for something. Your winter season is for you to prune and for you to grow and for you to let some stuff die so that springtime in your marriage will come and we got a fresh thing. So it is not impossible to find a wonderful relationship. It's not impossible. You just got to be willing. There's our guy. That's our back there that was talking.
Lord Jesus.
I'm just here hanging out at the barbershop, hearing these women talk about what they talk about, and I respect it. But guys, listen, man, stand your ground. Keep God first, and them heifers that ain't supposed to be with you.
I knew he was going to eventually.
We
knew
knew.
he was going to eventually run out.
We knew, but it's okay. We
Yeah,
expected
at least he's the only one in here that ran out.
Of course.
And just the takeaways. I mean, we don't have a list of takeaways on
Right.
this. We really just wanted to have a conversation. But my takeaway for us single women is to set yourself up for he who finds a wife. So let's do that this season.
Absolutely. And the other takeaway is get clear on what you want. If you're single and you know that you want a relationship, get clear on what you want. Because once you're clear, it will bring a whole bunch of things. And once you're clear on what you want and what you don't want, the looking is a whole lot different. You won't settle for less. You won't settle for things that you don't want because you're clear about what you do want.
Yes. Okay, we're going to bring this to a close because they're really getting ready to get rowdy in the background. So next month in March, we're coming to you with self-defense.
Yes.
We actually have a professional that's going to talk self-defense with us.
Yes.
He's an expert at guns and gun safety.
Yeah.
So we're coming at you with that next month.
Absolutely. Gonna take it to a whole different extreme.
Yes.
Talking about love this month. Next month, we're gonna talk about defense. So.
Yes, we are. So we're on the move. KLA Health and Wellness and the ELPIS group.
Yes.
We're definitely going to be on the move all year, bringing you different topics.
Yeah.
And we really hope that you all continue to engage with us. Like, love, comment, share. Please do all those things above. And if you have any suggestions for us,
let us know.
We are work in progress. You won't offend us whatsoever.
Yeah.
So any suggestions that you may have for us that will make what we do better, we welcome those comments.
Yes.
So again, like, and share.
Yes.
Anything on your end, Paulette?
Nope. I think it was a good session. We appreciate all the men that participated. Rodney Brooks, Rodney McFadden. We appreciate Next Level 2 for even letting us in here. Even the ones that didn't want to get on camera. We appreciate them too. But we're just grateful. We're thankful.
Have a good night.
Good night, y'all.